Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Why today's Mexico is not a part of United States? This is a question that comes in everyone's mind after reading history of Mexican-American War. Let's find out from the beginning. In 1821, Mexico won a war against Spain. Mexico had claimed a huge part of land, roughly around 5 million square kilometers. The area in the red line used to be the border of Mexico, but that was short-lived due to the Mexican government who allowed Stephen Austin to settle in North Mexico to encourage economic benefits. During the early 1830s, over 20,000 Anglos settled in the state that we now know as Texas. Mexico lost a large amount of land when they lost the war. The borders were merged due to different political views. The Mexican Cession was the hardest hit on Mexico and is what really changed the borders dramatically. The Mexican Cession refers to the land that Mexico had to surrender to the United States of America at the end of the Mexican War. This was a massive land grab by the United States of America. The United States of America received all of the land states such as New Mexico, California, Arizona, Nevada, etc. The Mexicans received $15 million for those lands. The United States pledged to protect the rights of Mexicans living in the newly acquired areas. Both nations agreed to submit future disputes to arbitration. So now, coming to the main topic, why today's Mexico is not part of US? There are several reasons. The main reason was racial and religious concerns. There was a strong push among some Southerners who wanted more land for obvious reasons to take the whole enchilada. Most Americans were known too keen on absorbing millions of Latins into the Union. There was a strong racism against Native Americans. And Americans, who were mostly Anglo-Saxon at the time, inherited a deep hatred and mistrust for Spain from their English heritage. Most Mexicans were and are a mix of these two supposedly inferior races, so that was simply a no-go. Mexico was also overwhelmingly Catholic, another non-starter for an America which was fiercely Protestant. This anti-Catholicism would remain a potent force in the US at least until 1960, when JF Kennedy faced considerable controversy over his religion. So nobody would have minded taking the land, but they were less than thrilled about the people living on it. So the US not wanting those brown-skinned mixed-race Catholics in their country. The US occupied virtually all of the Mexico by the end of the war. But initially, what was going to be taken was the good places to grow things. Mexico's current land coverage is almost 2 million square kilometers, which is a lot smaller compared to it used to have around 5 million square kilometers. The current population is around 128 million, with a population density of 61 per kilometer square, almost double of United States. Till this day, there are still a lot of conflict with the border between Mexico and the United States, from the people illegally crossing on a day-to-day basis to the drug trafficking. Drug trafficking is very destructive for both countries since it could cause retaliations on both sides if something goes bad. To America, making it harder for Mexican citizens to enter the country since Americans have that idea that they are going to try and smuggle drugs in. As it's always been, this is a political boundary, since there was a treaty which let America claim northern states and left Mexico with the current border that it has now.